Sunflowers, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe down below to become part of the Sunflower family. Today I'm going to be doing a video about all the things I wish I knew before my freshman college orientation. I've personally found a lot of advice videos for freshman year on YouTube, which I've thoroughly enjoyed, but I haven't found a ton of orientation based videos. So basically I'm going to give you guys an overview of what I'm going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to start with the basics of what my college's personal orientation thing was like, and then I'm going to give you guys about how to dress for your orientation, tips I personally have, and then in the end I'll put a timestamp in case you want to skip to that part. That part may be the most applicable for y'all, even though honestly all of these from what I've heard are really, all colleges have really similar orientations, so this should be helpful for everyone. But at that point of the video I will be answering questions you guys asked over on my Instagram directly about college orientations in general, which I'll be answering. But to start this out, obviously I have to give you guys where I went, you know, what I was doing and such. So, if you're not new here, you probably could have guessed I'm going to Ole Miss, Hotty Toddy University of Mississippi this fall, and so obviously that's the college I was attending the orientation for. I had so much fun at mine. Just before I get into it, I just want to say that if you haven't attended your college's orientation yet, if you at least, you know, make most of it, it's really fun, and honestly I'd probably go again if I could, even though there are some sessions that get kind of long. It's just such an exciting time, and you're surrounded by people who are excited, which is just like really like not something you're gonna really experience many more times in life. I just said really 85 times, so let's get into more information about my orientation session. So just the overview basis of when mine was. My orientation session was June 3rd to June 4th. So since I live about 6 hours away from University of Mississippi, I drove the night before. So I came in June 2nd, got there midway through the day, which I really recommend if you live close or far. It's really nice to do that early check-in. That's what I did. So basically that first night, I'm gonna tell you guys what I did each day, just so you guys know. This little session is really important for those going to Ole Miss. So that first night I arrived, I checked in, I went over to campus, I got to check in, I got my badge, they gave me information about, you know, getting my ID, they gave me information about where I can get my room key, because I didn't stay in dorms the first night, but I was staying in a dorm the second night, and I got my t-shirt for orientation, which honestly I didn't wear at orientation, but it was just nice to pick up, and I got to meet my roommate that day, which was really nice, because me and Presley hadn't met yet. I'll put her Instagram here, my amazing roommate. I'm so excited to room with her. And then I just went to a baseball game and I walked around campus, and it was really nice because that was one of the only opportunities at orientation I had since orientation hadn't actually started to walk around campus. So what I did personally, which I would really recommend to y'all, is I walked to my dorm that I'll be staying in next year, because when I visited I didn't know where I would be living. And then after I went to the dorm, I thought of places that I might frequently be thinking about visiting on campus. You know, I would learn this when I went there anyway, but it's just nice in your head to know. And so for example, I was like, how far is the Rebel Market, which is where I would eat my meals, from my building? It's super close to where I'm living. And then I was like, how far am I from the rec center? So I walked to the rec center, saw how far I would be from that just to get an idea. I got to see how far I was from the Union, you know, to my dorm, how far I was from the athletic facilities, like the football stadium, the baseball field, all that stuff. Just kind of got a perspective as to where I'll be living based around where the rest of campus is. This is going to be really helpful for you guys who don't have family already at your college, or you haven't been growing up going to the games. I mean, I grew up going to Mizzou games, and I know Mizzou's campus like the back of my hand, but I don't know Ole Miss's campus. I have literally, before orientation, only been there once, is when I fell in love with it and knew it was my place, but I didn't know where, you know, the dorm I'm living in, which I'm not going to say the name of, was compared to the rest of the buildings on campus. So I really recommend doing that. And if you can't come up early, maybe stay after the last day and do that, because it just made me feel a lot more relaxed, and I felt more knowledgeable about the campus I'll be living on, obviously, which is always good. So then there was the first day. I'm not going to tell you guys each step, because if you're going to my school, they give you a schedule ahead of time, but I'll just give you guys an overview because most schools are super similar. So the first day I went in, I checked in, I met at the chapel, we had our intro, you know, we learned the alma mater. I think that's how you say that. We learned like what the different chants Ole Miss people will say, like Hotty Toddy and HYDR and stuff means, and then we just had the orientation leaders dance and stuff. I did an orientation vlog, I'll link it here. All these things with the basic like overview of what we did is included in that, which is also, I'm not gonna go too deep in it because if you want to know, it's in the cards. I think my cards are actually over here. Yep, there you go, Grace. Really good YouTube things. But anyways, so basically after we did those intro things, we snapped into different small groups, which is a really common thing for colleges to do orientations. It's just like you do icebreakers and you can ask questions. Advice about that is just take full advantage of the situation. Your orientation leader is there to help you. And so I honestly asked quite a few questions because I was like, you're not really doing anything else. So it's a really good time to take advantage of the fact that you're talking, at least at mine, to a student at the school, which is really helpful because you can get kind of, you know, really good honest answers about things. And I thought that part was actually really helpful. Not very many people ask questions, which I really understand because I know, just like talking to you guys, that it is kind of a nerve-wracking time, and especially when you don't know anyone. I mean, I know nobody going to my school, so it is kind of a nerve-wracking time, and sometimes you don't want to be that person who's asking a million questions, but at the end of the day, that's what that session's for. And so I say power to it. I don't know what other people thought about me asking a few things, but you know, you might as well take advantage of it because you're there. And then just throughout the day, honestly, if I had the schedule, I could tell you guys, but it's kind of just you go into small groups, you go to a meeting, you go in small groups, you go to a meeting. It's just all that kind of stuff all day long. And then at the end of the day, I know all SEC schools that I've heard of do this. I don't know about other schools, but you have like a hangout time. So ours was called Hottie Toddy Hangout, and I think that's what it was called, yeah. And then they just have like free food, photo booths. I took really cute photo booth pictures with my roommate, all that stuff. And then that night I slept in the dorm. I actually ended up being in my dorm alone. If you guys watched my vlog, nobody ever showed up, so that's interesting. But it was actually kind of nice, and I'd recommend doing it because although the bed is crusty and you don't even have a mattress pad, and it's just like, whoa, you know, we're really out here, we're really here. What I learned from sleeping in the dorm that night is so many things that I'm gonna want to pack for college that I wouldn't have thought of, that just that night in itself I was like, ooh, I'm gonna need this. So it's kind of nice for that purpose. So honestly, it'd probably just be good if you or the person you're gonna be living with stays in the dorm at least one night, because it will really help one of you, you know, think of things that you two are both gonna want to bring for your dorm that you might not have thought of, because although there are videos on YouTube about what to bring that you might not have thought of, those people might not go to your college, and every college dorms are set up different, so it is really helpful. So then it was my third day there, my second day of orientation. I woke up, I had breakfast, you know, we had our advising, I got to pick classes, I did all of those kinds of things, which was really, really, really nice. I really enjoyed that part, and it was really interesting because I got to tour my school and stuff, you know, that's all in the vlog. But at the end of that day, I got to get my meal plan figured out, my mailbox, I bought that, I did all those things. I got to go to a meet and greet session. That day is a lot more kind of optional activities, it seems like, because I knew a lot of people who left early for, you know, whatever purpose or reason that might be. I really enjoyed staying, so maybe if you can do, but if you can't, those sessions aren't things that you like need to be at after you pick your classes, at least in my experience from what I observed of others going. But going to like the meet and greet session was really, really nice. At my school, I got to meet with girls. I got to talk to personally a girl in each sorority, which was really nice because it's kind of a little opener before you actually have rush week, which is, you know, known to be a pretty overwhelming time. So it's kind of nice just to know some familiar faces of girls that are in them and kind of get an idea of, you know, what sororities are about, and learning more about their philanthropies and things like that is really helpful. But yeah, that day is more just kind of getting things ready. I got to tour the residence hall I'm gonna live in, all those things. So anyway, let's get into my advice, because y'all already had the potential to see that stuff in the vlog I made. So my first point, sorry I have my phone, I have notes, what to wear. So first I'm gonna tell you guys what I observed, for those of y'all who want to know that, and then I'm going to tell you guys my personal advice on it. So what I observed is people wear very, very casual clothes to this, which does make sense. I mean, my school, I'm in the South, so I'm in a hot environment. You want to be comfortable because you're going to be sitting on the ground. That's something really important to take note of before you go. You're going to be sitting on the ground and, you know, bent down doing stuff, and so you're not going to want to wear like a dress, because that's just not really, you know, kind of thing you want to wear when you're sitting on the ground crisscross applesauce. But I observed a lot of people just wearing like cute t-shirts is like a really, you know, obviously a lot of people wear that. A lot of just athletic shorts, and then a lot of tennis skirts. A lot of girls wore like Lulu tennis skirts. I personally, one of the days, wore a tennis skirt I got at Marshall's, so there are cheaper alternatives. I really liked wearing that though because it has built-in biker shorts, so I felt a little bit girlier. I'm not a big like shorts kind of gal, to be honest, but that made it like a little girlier of a look, but still more comfy, especially because that was the day I was driving home. But that gets into where my advice stands on it. I was one of the only people that I saw in an outfit like this, but I highly recommend dressing up, or at least not dressing up necessarily, but dressing precisely to your style and what is going to make you stand out. So say you like loud, obnoxious earrings, wear those. Say you like to wear a ton of jewelry, do that. I did that. I wore like 85 necklaces and rings and bracelets because I just love to do that with my personal style. That's not expressed today because I wanted to wear my college sweatshirt since this is a college video, but I love stuff like that. If you say you don't even like dressing up, the day I wore something nicer, I wore a red, like more fashion-esque romper. I felt super cute, and I didn't really see anybody else in that. And the reason I really recommend dressing uniquely and stand outable is because you're meeting so many people. I felt so bad because I'm so bad at names personally. Like, one of the main things that helped me remember people's names that I was like freshly meeting was what they were wearing, and it's like a lot easier if you can think of like a standout piece on them. Honestly, for like anyone, like probably even advisors you're talking to, I can't imagine how hard it would be, because I was actually a freshman who like wants to get to know all these people, and you know, there are people who are doing this every week. So having something that is unique about your outfit makes it a lot easier when you're meeting new people, just to distinguish, which sounds bad, but honestly, like everyone there's such a large number, and you're talking to such a variety of people, so it's just nice to stand out in a certain way. And also it's kind of easier, I feel like, for people to remember you if there's outfit involved. I don't know if that's just because I'm someone who loves fashion and I really notice those kinds of things about people, but anyways, standing out to me is never ever a bad thing. So dress to your style. It doesn't have to be dressing up. You know, you could wear something really casual, but maybe it's a shirt that's a starter, like conversation starter. So my dad wore like a Cardinals baseball shirt, I'm pretty sure it was, and so a million people asked like, oh, you're from St. Louis. Anything that's like a conversational piece or something bright, you know, something that you can be like, another reason to wear something to stand out, it's not just a t-shirt, is because people are gonna be like, oh, I like your outfit. Maybe they don't even like your outfit, but maybe there's just a way to start a conversation with you. So now on to my advice. I'm gonna have to hold up my phone in this clip a lot because I have my advice like typed out in bullet points. But my first is to take advantage of advising on planning schedule. So at almost all orientations, because really the main point of it is that you're setting yourself up for your freshman year, was that I met with an advisor who was a current student, and we picked classes. And instead of maybe just kind of zoning out and doing your thing that you originally planned in the classes you originally planned on taking, pay attention and listen. Because when I was originally planning on taking classes, I was planning on taking foreign language, for example, which I did not think I would do very well in high school. Didn't get the best grades in foreign language, but I found out from, you know, listening to my advisor that there's actually other options from foreign language, and now I'm in like office applications class. With my skill set, I have a lot more chance at excelling in, and it will be more applicable to my major. So just like actually, you know, talking and listening is really, really important when you're making these schedules. Also, especially since I was with a student at mine, and a lot of people I know are with students at theirs, ask what classes are easiest. Like, honestly, don't be embarrassed, just ask. You know, if you have to take a math class and it doesn't matter which one, you just need 3 credit hours, ask which math class is the easiest. For my history, I was like, yo, you know, what history class do most freshmen take and enjoy? Okay, my camera died, so I don't know what the last point I was making, but I know I was talking about asking what classes are easiest. So especially if it's a subject you struggle in, and not necessarily even easiest, say, do you have any professors, you know, you really recommend, you know, teachers that you think I should try to have? Classes that are known to be easier when they're, you know, they're worth the same amount of credit hours, and you just need to get that credit hour, and you're trying to get that good GPA, you know, and you're not this scholarly honors college students such as myself, I might choose to take the class known as the easier class because I want to get the best grade in it I possibly can. And then also asking just what classes they recommend in general. So I'm taking this course called EDHE, I think it's 101, I don't really know for sure which number, but it's basically a class all about freshman things. I'd never heard of it, and they didn't say if it was easy or hard really too much. They did say it wasn't, you know, a super challenging class. It was more of a social experience, but it was super recommended and loved by all the upperclassmen that were at my orientation. And since I was paying attention, I knew that. And I knew that was a class that everyone, you know, really was like, you know, try to take that your freshman year. You know, it's a really, you know, good opportunity. So to take advantage of just listening and hearing and picking the class stuff, advising is so important, and hearing different perspectives and opinions from different people on the classes you're looking at is really important and helpful. Another piece of advice I have is to just realize that a lot of people there are new too. So in my situation, I picked a college where I don't know a single soul. I haven't had any family that's gone there. I don't know anybody who's gone there. My roommate is from another state. She's from Texas. So, you know, I'd never even met her before. But to realize that there's so many people there in that same position as you, literally so many girls I met said, yeah, I don't know anyone either. I'm from this state. And just to realize you're in the same boat as everyone else. You know, you're trying to make friends, but also so much is pretty much literally everyone else. And so, you know, go approach those people. You might be like, oh, they're gonna think I'm weird. No, they're pretty much in the same boat as you. They're freshmen at college and they want to talk and meet new people. So, you know, just go in, be bold, talk to people. I'm not always the best at that, but I'm working on it. And I think that as you can try to push yourself out of your bubble, and then in a situation like this, it's helpful, it's useful. So my next piece of advice is to make a time schedule according to what you want not what's advised. So this part of advising I wouldn't really listen to if it were me. You know, a lot of people are like, I don't want to take 8 a.m.s, but you know, for me personally, I don't want to take a 5 p.m. So it kind of just has to do with your personal preferences. You know, my second semester of college might be like, yikes, I'm changing it. But for now, like my work schedule every day is 7 a.m. to 1. I absolutely adore that. And so I had made myself have 8 a.m. I made myself have 9:30 a lot of days. But my classes are all done 3 days a week by 10:30. And my classes are done the 2 other days by 12 o'clock. I never have to eat lunch before my classes are done, and that was something I really thought would be helpful, especially with trying to keep track of my YouTube and keep on top of it and keep uploading videos. So make a schedule with times and days based on your personal self, not on what other people like, because a lot of people are later risers. But for me, I was like, I have too much to do. I want to keep up with this YouTube channel in college. I want to be involved on campus. I need time when I'm not just sitting in class. So that's what I did. Sorry the lighting keeps changing. I really don't know. Something red's like reflecting, but I can't figure out what it is. Another thing with that time and day situation is something I didn't think of until I was about to finalize my schedule and then I changed it. Make sure you don't have these awkward gaps in between classes. You know, you don't want an hour in between classes, or at least I don't. I mean, this is also up to your personal preference. But for me, I would rather have 2 classes where I go to a class and I leave it and I go straight to my next class. And that's how all my classes pretty much are. They're back to back to back. And that's what I prefer, so I can get all that chunk of my day done, and then I can go study and, you know, do campus things and other, you know, whatever I want to do. But I just didn't want to leave an awkward amount of time where it's like, okay, I have enough time to kind of eat, but like not even really eat. So my last piece of advice I have listed is to talk to every, you know, little booth at the club fair. It's literally just like the movies. Like if you've watched Monsters University, you know, they have all those little booths with a bunch of people talking like, join my group. Do it, like go to that. I joined a bunch of groups. I signed up to get, you know, information about someone's taking a shower, so there goes the water. But basically talk to all the people, because you might not even have heard of a group before, and after you talk to the girls or guys, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally want to be involved. You know, I found a really cool campus church at that I didn't even know almost had, that I signed up for, and just really take advantage of that club fair. You know, find somebody to walk around with and just talk to each booth and get to know the people and hear what they're all about. So now we're going to go into a bit of a speed round answering your guys' questions you asked me on Instagram. My Instagram will be here for future Q&As. I'm always asking you guys if y'all have any questions. So first question, what essential to carry around in orientation? First of all, orientation, a charged phone. You're gonna use your phone more than you think you are. I'm not saying we're on it texting and stuff, but first of all, you might want to find someone to eat lunch with. So girls I'd gotten numbers from in the morning, I was texting. I was like, where are you sitting? You know, I want someone to eat with, so I like found my roommate to go eat lunch with, but I couldn't have done that if I had a dead phone. And also just for taking pictures of slides, because in a lot of sessions they have slides, and I was like, oh, I want to know that information. You're getting such information overload, you might not remember all the things they're saying. So take a photo so that you will remember, because you can look back at your phone and be like, oh, that was that person's email, that was that group's name, etc., etc. Also, your wallet seems obvious. Make sure your license is in there, because at least at mine, you take your ID picture and you cannot get your student ID without a license. So make sure you have your wallet with you, and also there might be random little purchases you decide to make. At mine, you know, most things are going to be billed to you in the future, but you know, maybe an extra meal or something, make sure you have your wallet with you. And lastly, a thing to bring is a big bag. At mine, they gave out bags that worked out perfectly fine, but not every college may do that. So make sure you have a pretty decent sized purse, or for a guy, maybe like a gym bag that goes over your shoulders, because they're handing out so many information packets and such that you want to keep track of all that, and it'd be way too hard to carry. So yes, that. Oh, I thought of one more thing, a water bottle. I saw nobody else carrying around like a hard metal water bottle, but I had my giant Ole Miss one that's literally over there. But it was so nice because it's so hot in Mississippi, and I had ice water all day, so definitely bring that. Another sunflower asks what to wear. I kind of answered that already. Anything bold. What kind of things are covered? Any campus club information. So campus rules are covered. Scheduling for classes. Clubs are covered. Small groups. Meeting new people. There's a lot of social things and a lot of informational things. They honestly cover everything you need to know. I feel 100% ready to attend my school now. So they're pretty informative. It's really actually very helpful, even if you think like you don't need orientation. Classes. So somebody asked me about the classes and stuff I'm taking. I'm personally taking 15 credit hours this semester. This video would get way too long if I talked about every single class, but I'm so excited for the ones I have signed up for. And if y'all want to know, I can talk about it in like a chit chat get resume or something about my first year of college. I'm kind of wanting to do that. But I'm taking 15 hours. Really happy about that. Really satisfied with my schedule. Absolutely adore my schedule. Real pumped about it. Last question. Something I wish I hadn't brought. Sunglasses. people might feel differently about this, kind of depends. So I guess the second day was cloudy, but the first day was really sunny, and I brought 2 pairs, you know, to kind of go with outfits. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I'm meeting a bunch of new people. I feel like the best impression isn't gonna be me with sunglasses on. They can't even see my face, because, you know, how are they really gonna remember who I am if they literally can't even see my face? So for mine, I didn't use my sunglasses, but I did pretty much use everything else. I can reply to any comment if you want to know what I packed. I'll literally give you like a packing list of what I brought. But yeah, there's that. So anyways, sorry this video got kind of long. I have so much to say about it, and I adored my orientation. So excited to attend my school. Like, literally couldn't be more thrilled with my choice. I 100% believe there's no other place in like the world for me to attend school besides Ole Miss that's more perfect for me. Has the most perfect major, has the most perfect vibe, environment, everything. I'm so obnoxiously excited. I mean, I wonder where I'm going to school. Like, I wonder, you know, everyone freaking knows because it's all I talk about. I'm so excited to be Ole Miss Rebel, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said before, I'll make anything college-based this summer. I have, you know, dorm videos coming up, all those kinds of things. Comment down below any back-to-school videos because I'm down to do literally anything. I want to upload tons of times a week, so just let me know, and I'll see y'all in my next video.